Alright folks, this is a HS40 a customer asked me to build for him. He's eventually going to be putting a Delorto, the Black Widow intake and Delorto on it. I think he's held up with some parts right now. So in the meantime I set it up with the angled intake and a stock Tecumseh carburetor that I reworked a little bit. This is a bushing engine, but it's all the customer had to work with, and I went ahead and tightened up the end play on it. I got it down to 8, where these are normally in the 20 to almost 30 thousandths range on bushing engines. So the minimum you can have on them, they say, is 5. So I've got it set at 8, so there won't be as much crank travel. A little tighter there. It's got an ARC rod, full governor delete, although I've set it up with still the stock linkages. I did some modifications to that. Even if you're doing like a Black Widow, that stuff was still there because they never went into the engine. So you technically have to still have your throttle control and stuff on the engine to make it look correct. Also, this one, it's not lighted, but we've set it up with studs, so he's got room to grow whatever he decides to do with his RUP. It's sort of a resto custom. The Black Widow header I did match port to this one. This is just on here for my break-in time. Let's see, I did a 4-angle valve job on it. I opened up the ports a little more than I normally do on my stock builds because it will have the Delorto on it. I also did a swirl polish on the valves. I got it set at a tight 4 on both sides. The camshaft I did a modification I call an X-grind 2, which I feel gives it a little bit more grunt on the low end. It's still pretty much stock lift. I think I gained 2 on the exhaust side, so there's really nothing there. But it does give it a little more pull from a start. And everything else, of course, is rebuilt. The ignition system's rebuilt. The recoil's been rebuilt. This block was a new, unused block, but it had a lot of shelf life on it. It was still from the 70s, so the bore still got deglazed and reworked a little bit. I got 12 thousandths on the rings with a new piston. Everything, of course, has been cleaned and detailed and ready to paint. So it's a little harder to start if you get on the compression because of the camshaft modification, so bear with me. And it's been sitting here heat soaking after break-in, so let's see what it does here on start. If I can get my camera set. So when you have a modified camshaft, you just want to get past that compression stroke. So that's that. Seems to run pretty strong. Been pretty consistent here during break-in. Hopefully it runs pretty good with the Delorto on it too. Thanks for watching.